Peace and greetings to you. This is Omar Abdul Malik, otherwise known as Dr. O, the PA Pro. I'm here at the, the College Park Aviation Museum. This is the oldest functioning airport in the world. It's located at 1985 Corporal Frank Scott Drive, College Park, Maryland. And admission, there is an admission fee. So adults, it's $5, seniors $4, and children $2. So the interesting thing about this museum is you know, if you look outside here, they don't. I don't know if there's some. You can't see the planes that come on and off the runway, but they have a lot of the antique planes. You can see. Okay, what kind of plane is this yellow plane?
What'd you say?
What is this yellow plane here?
Piper Cubs.
Yeah. So my oldest son is I think he's kind of an expert on airplanes, but so this yellow Piper Cub airplane. You'll see some of the very early models of airplanes here. Here, this is really, this is quite fascinating. But again, it's in College Park, Maryland, not too far from the University of Maryland College Park, and they have guided tours. There's a guided tour here. There's an upstairs area, and then there's also activities. There's activities for children. They got there and they couldn't go. Let's see.
And so they lost a couple of days, but they're still going to have several days in France.
See, you can put planes together. You can also
Is it his spring break at school?
dress up as an early aviation pilot.
Remember, bumpy side up, bumpy side up.
We've got, let's see, we've got caps, and let's see, goggles to put on. It's a little dress-up area. There's also examples of some of the propellers from the early airplanes. There's games to play, interactive games for the children. Or me, I like games also. There's experiments in aeronautics. So this is a wind tunnel. So, you know, children and adults alike like to press buttons and throw switches. Oh, yeah. That's kind of loud. But, you know, children can learn something about some of the fundamentals in aerodynamics. And let's see. So some of the interesting things to see also. Oh, here's an exhibit for the African American aviators in Prince George's County. And you can see some of them there. Learn about African American history in aviation. So there's a whole exhibit about it here. Let's see, what else do we have here? And some of the women's contribution to the field of aviation. This is WASP, Women Air Force, World War II service pilots. And then some of the early innovations in, I think, commercial flight. Oh, let's see. There's smaller exhibits here, but it's a really it's one of the, you know, another hidden treasure in terms of museums. because a lot of times when we think museums in the Washington D.C., Virginia and Maryland area, you automatically think of the giant Smithsonian museums, those in downtown D.C. But yeah, this is I think a hidden gem as far as a museum is concerned. This is the whole building, so it's fairly small, but it contains quite a bit. So if you've already been to the Air and Space Museum, the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum in D.C., this is a good follow-up. I think this is be a good follow-up museum to visit. I'm going to go upstairs here. It's cute, small. Navy Museum. What, do you like this plane? And here's my son again. Do you like airplanes? Mm-hmm. Okay. Why do you like airplanes?
They're really interesting.
They're interesting? What's your favorite airplane? Can you point to it? Do you see?
That blue one down there.
Okay. See, like, let's see. Oh, the blue one that you can get inside of? Yeah. Yeah, so there's a, I don't know, is that a Piper Cub? There's a plane that you can sit in, kind of get an experience of what it's like to actually be inside of the plane. They're very small, and this is a view from the second floor. I visited this museum several years ago, and they didn't have this. There's the Piper Cub airplane. Oh wait, I think this is it says a Taylor J2. Oh yeah, you're right, Hakeem. Taylor J2 Cub. So Hakeem, this is my oldest son, Hakeem Rashid. Say hello to YouTube. What's your favorite plane?
Piper Cub.
The Piper Cub? The Piper Cub. No hands down. That's kind of cool. So what is it? I think that only holds one person. Let's see, what else do we have? Here's a monocoupe. That's a beautiful plane. Monocoupe 110. And this was developed in the 1930s. And the top speed ranged from 120 to 148 miles per hour. That's incredibly fast, given that particular era. And here is, this has got to be like the earliest plane here. It's called. So this is the Post Office Department took over the operation of the airmail service after a 3-month trial run by the Army on August 12, 1918. They set up operations here at the College Park Airfield. So 1918, that tells you, just how old this airport is. The department purchased 6 standard aircraft expressly for the service, but also utilized the 6 Curtiss JN-4Ds that the Army had converted for their short airmail stint. These Army trainers were equipped with Hispano-Suiza 150 horsepower engines instead of the Curtiss OX-5 90 horsepower engines traditionally used by the Jenny, such as the one shown here. So this is the 1918 JN-4 Jenny. That's pretty impressive. I don't know which one is it. It's like, I think that's this one on the top, or the bottom. I'm not sure. But you can see it didn't provide a whole lot of protection. If you crashed, there was nothing much between you and the ground except air and maybe a few pieces of wood. So it gives you an appreciation of how far we've come in aviation. And here is the Curtiss 11 model. You can see that. Okay. This model was a biplane fitted with a wheeled tricycle undercarriage. The construction was primarily of spruce, with ash used in parts of the engine bearers and undercarriage beams, with dope linen stretched over it. The outrigger beams are made of bamboo, prevented by Pattons from using the Wright brothers' wing warping technique to provide lateral control. Curtiss used heirlooms instead. Model Ds were constructed with a pusher configuration where the propeller is behind the pilot. Because of this configuration, they were often referred to as Curtiss pusher. Now this is pretty amazing. So 1911, again, it really shows you, I mean, reading the dates on this, I get an appreciation of just how old this airport is, and how far we've come in aviation. That's incredible. Look at it. Absolutely incredible. So, oh, and here's a kind of a panorama view of this particular plane flying. So, a lot of people died. You know, it's not funny, but you know, you can imagine that a lot of people died just trying to get these things off the ground. Okay, so if you're ever in College Park, please visit the College Aviation Museum. Peace.